know interviews can be scary and candidates are often nervous. If someone stumbles in an interview or feels like it's not going well, how can they recover?
Well, the thing that they can do is basically they can take a moment inside their mind and like count to 4 or 5 and basically tell themselves that they can start again. I mean, one question will not make that interview. Individuals constantly will say something they don't want to say, or they'll say they won't articulate what they want to say. And if they gather their thoughts, because no interview is ever going to be perfect. Well, there's some, but most interviews will never be perfect. And so if they know they can move on to each question and they have the relevant material that they want to, skills that they want to bring, that'll shine through almost any stumbling.
Mm-hmm. And so perhaps even practicing that technique in a mock interview would be helpful.
Oh, absolutely. Again, when you have your friends and talk to you about what you want to do and they support you, you just go in there with that much more prepared. Absolutely.
Thank you. Could you tell us about a time where a candidate has bounced back and won you over after a not so great start?
I've had several candidates win me over. They started off because they were really too nervous, and when I approached them to talk to them about having real experiences instead of what they do, talking about their lives, and when I see somebody that's nervous, I ask them to tell me about what they do for fun, and I get them off topic so they don't get as nervous. So I try to bring them, make them feel make them feel comfortable, and then let them be able to talk, and then go back after certain questions, and then they're usually able to be relaxed and answer the things that I'm asking.
I see. So that kind of lightens up the atmosphere a little bit.
Oh, absolutely.
And then they can speak to the question a little bit more relaxed state.
Absolutely. I try to have conversations. I try to let applicants know that it's as much about them as it is about me. And so if they can have a conversation without me having to ask too many questions, those questions and the answers I'm looking for will surface to the top on their own.
Okay, great. Plus, if you can have a conversation with them about things outside of work, they'd probably be a good candidate.
Absolutely.
Great, thank you. Could you think back on one of the best interviews a student has given and share the highlights of what made that student so successful in the interview?
I've had a student on several occasions come in, and from the moment they sat down, their resume was well prepared. They were able to speak to every bullet on that resume. Their personality was very sincere. They were very honest in what their answers were. They knew the goals of what they wanted to communicate to me. They knew why they wanted the position, and they knew what that position was going to do for them and what kind of value they brought to our company. A lot of times, and that's a great interview. A lot of times when students will, or somebody or an applicant will say, "Hey, I'm just looking for a job," it's a big turnoff. So when somebody knows what they want to do and why they want to be at our company, it's usually a very winning interview.
So you get a sense of that person's loyalty, and you get a good picture of their overall personality and how they would work well as a team player.
Yes, and their commitment level, absolutely.
Thank you. Is there anything a student can do after the interview to communicate how excited they are about the position or the company?
When an interview is completed, when I ask if there's any more questions, if a applicant will ask me what are next steps, let them know, they can let me know, it's okay to let me know that they're very interested in this position, and they can ask me when they should expect to hear from me again along those lines. And again, in a nice professional way, that goes a long ways to let me know that they're interested.
So you can get a sense of their eagerness and enthusiasm for the position.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you so much for coming today. This is great, helpful information for our students. We really appreciate your time.
Thank you. It's my pleasure to be here.